Hey guys, so I made a video about 8 months ago and it was called the 3 Lightroom tools that you need to be using. It actually gained some pretty good traction and grew my account quite a bit. However, with that came the commentary and the negativity. So this video is basically a response video to all the "it's photoshopped" constructive feedback. Now I really wasn't going to make a video about this because normally I just don't pay attention to the negative comments. However, this time I just couldn't resist. And there's actually genuinely a lot of people who thought this photo was photoshopped just by looking at all the thumbs up beside the "it's photoshopped" comments. So with that being said, I'll treat this as an educational piece. Hopefully you can actually get something out of it. Before I show you how and why it's definitely not photoshopped, we have to go over some of the best of the worst comments. What the heel? You photoshopped yourself into the picture. What a shame. Dang, he's upset with me right now. But I let Nelson down, sorry. I asked 2 of my professional photographer friends with no hesitation. They said that the body is photoshopped to the background. Lloyd. It's shopped. Even a kid knows. Well, fair enough. Eden7 says, you can see just by looking at the proportions in the picture, also looking like they were cut, like the feet were cut. Not only is it photoshopped, says Craig Smith, unless he's a giant, but he's also out of focus. Well, actually I am out of focus. I'm just gonna plead the fifth on this one. I did take the photo, I was in the photo, and perhaps the photo was focused on the background, so I actually am out of focus. So kudos there, he got that point right. Look at the proportion, his body and the security fence on the road. He's too big compared to that object. Even compare with the trees. He so clearly used Photoshop. Now, I'm getting a lot of these bad proportion comments. His whole body looks like it's floating. Enough said. Peace out. Can you explain how you are jumping with your feet perfectly flat in the air? Yes. It does actually look like I am photoshopped. The photo looks weird because I jumped and pulled my toes up to make it look like I was floating. It was designed for it to be real. I'll show you an example of some other photos and also a video of how this is done. So ultimately it's understandable that I would get a few Photoshop comments, but I didn't think I'd get this many. Okay, this guy is actually genius. Unfortunately, you can see I'm the only one who liked his comment though. Dang it, I wish everyone saw this one. It looks like it's photoshopped because there is no ambient occlusion, meaning shadow between 2 close objects. Under his shoes. There's no ambient occlusion under his shoes, but it's because he's jumping. You can also tell it's true because his shoelaces are floating, and there's no projected shadow because it's a cloudy day. Wow. Okay, here's a look at all the raw files that we shot at that location. I would have had to spend days photoshopping all of these photos to create this video for you. Well, the comments about the guardrail being too small, my body being too big, or the things in the background being off, well, that's just photo perspective. Look at this photo shot when I'm really close to the lens. Look at the guardrail, it's tiny. Okay, so here's a chart showing how things in the background actually change in size depending on the lens you use and on how far away you are from the object. I'm actually gonna do a full tutorial on this because this is actually super interesting and you can get really creative depending on the distance and the lenses you use to shoot an object with, for example, mountains in the background. Okay, if you're still not convinced, here's the final piece of the puzzle that makes photoshopping actually impossible. In this tutorial, I'm actually editing a DNG file. A DNG file is a camera raw file for which Photoshop can only read but cannot export. Photoshop and any other photo editor for that matter cannot create these files. Side note, I was shooting on a Panasonic which creates RW2 raw files, which Lightroom 5 can actually not read. So I had to use Adobe DNG Converter, convert them over to a readable raw file, and that's why you're seeing that file format. Thank you to Lightroom 6 for updating that. What a time wasted that was. Anyway, sorry to bore you on that final piece. Only the keen commenters would have noticed that little tidbit. Finally, all said and done, those comments actually provided a lot of engagement on this video, which essentially ignited YouTube's algorithm to keep showing it to new viewers. So I guess I owe all of the commenters a big thank you. As they say, there's no such thing as bad press. Just have a look at Fousey and the Paul brothers going on YouTube right now. Okay, I'm just kidding, it's not the same, but it's the same concept. All right, if you're still here, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for all the support and all the positivity I do get on this channel. I really appreciate that. So yes, a big thank you to you, and also a big thanks for the 20,000 subscribers. I'm going to be doing a giveaway really soon, so stay tuned for that. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, leave a hate comment down below, and consider subscribing if you're not already. All right, see you guys later.